Germany's drone laws suck. Bold statement you made. Yeah, I did. And the drone laws in Germany are as complicated as the country itself. For example, you are not allowed to fly here. You are not allowed to fly here. Forget about flying here. Don't even think about flying here. Hello, welcome to a new video on this channel. Leo Männisto is my name. I'm a full-time train driver, Finnish guy living here in Germany, and on my free time I like to do these little videos and fly drones whenever I'm able to. And today I wanted to talk about the German drone laws. There are so many regulations in place and they are so complicated, and this is just like opening the can of worms a little bit. This is not a comprehensive video because it would be like 10 hours long. And now you might ask, so are you just like making up those locations and why you are not allowed to fly there? No, I'm not. Let's have a quick peek. This one here, residential area. I wouldn't like to if I had a pool, let's say, someone flying over my pool. Well, there's not that much to see, but nevertheless, I would like to have my privacy. And in Germany, privacy is written with capital letters for reasons. And this part where I'm walking, this is a double one, because over there is the subway line. You are not allowed to fly closer than 100 meters of railways, subways, anything on rails. And this part and forest over there is natural preservation area. And then there's federal waterways, the federal streets, autobahns, power lines, and the list goes on and on and on. I can't do one video about all the restriction zones because this video would be like 10 hours long. And this is not legal advice either. I just want to bring it up on the table that there are restrictions. Even though you are flying, let's say, a DJI Mini 3 Pro, Mini 4, or whatever the mini series, which are under 250 grams of takeoff weight, these rules apply to them as well. Where am I allowed to fly then without any restrictions? I would advise to download an app called Dronic. It's a little complicated app to use. Well, who would have thought that? But it gives you a overview about the no-flight zones, and maybe you are able to find a green spot where you are allowed to fly without any restrictions. I mean, without any additional restrictions. Because, of course, the 120 meters above the ground, the line of sight, and those general EU rules apply at all times, no exceptions. And speaking of exceptions, if you make the drone license A2, which is costly and a bit complicated than the easy ones, the A1 and A3, you can apply for a special permit to fly closer to certain areas and objects than the distances mentioned on the restrictions. But for example, here in Hamburg, you first have to obtain the A2 license and you have to pay the federal state of Hamburg 200 euros per year to fly on those restriction zones. It's gonna be a costly hobby real quick. So I, for example, have used the app to check that I'm legal to fly and complied with the restrictions. I'm not here to say what you should do and what you shouldn't do, but there are checks in place. And let's say you go to a busy city center and you are gonna fly right in the middle of the city. There might be some questions coming to your direction from, let's say, police, and they want to see your license and that you have the correct permits, and that's not a risk I want to take because I really have better things to do on my free time than to discuss with the authorities about if I'm not legal to fly or not. But know your rights and know what are you allowed to do and what not, and stand your ground if that's the case. If you have something to add, please let me know down on the comments below, and I really appreciate you watching this video. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time, and I feel like posting a video.